Usually dancing on Friday.
Yeah,
aren't
kind of
we?
a quiet day today.
It is kind of a quiet day here at WBOC and Historic Studio D as we remember WBOC owner Tom Draper. If you haven't heard, he passed away overnight following an accident. He was hit while riding his bicycle, and you actually were the one to give the news this morning.
We had the news this morning. That's a difficult one to share. As you know, if you've lost a member of family.
And you know, the thing is, we still have to step up and do what Tom wants us to do, and that is bring you Delmarva life.
And it was his idea.
It was Tom's push for everything local. I don't know how much you know about local TV stations, but the push is not for as much local as you get on Delmarva Life. We are sitting here and we are talking about all the wonderful things that are happening. We are highlighting all the wonderful things, informing you of everything local here on Delmarva Life, and that is because of Tom Draper.
Yeah.
That was his vision. And you know, visionary is a word we're hearing a lot of. A trailblazing. There's so many words.
Pillar of the community. It's
Philanthropist.
Hard. Philanthropist. It is hard to describe Tom without using all the cliches that you hear all the time. But it's true. It's true. So we're going to miss him desperately. Of course, our thoughts and prayers with the family. As a matter of fact, speaking of family, and of course we're family here as well, our director of digital media, Ethan Holland, he's joined us here several times on the couch just talking about what's happening. Ethan loves to write, and he's very good at it. He wrote something this morning with an attached note that said, "Just look outside, wow." He gave us permission to share this with you. Here's what Ethan wrote. Today is a glorious Delmarva morning. Sunrise coming up over the ocean with pink puffy clouds glowing their well wishes. Ribbons of fog resting delicately on top of the cornfields, muted greens and yellows in the soybean fields, a powder blue sky with a crystal clear children's moon perched looking down on us. These are the mornings of Mr. Draper. Driving to work diligently each day for decade upon decade, rolling across this peninsula we call home, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Ethan went on to write, "I am so thankful for the faith Mr. Draper has in me as a person, and as my dad's only child. I am thankful for the friendship and love he gave my father. I will miss your voice, Mr. Draper, and I will savor every moment of this day." Thank you, Ethan. Appreciate that very much.
Tom Draper had faith in all of us.
Yes.
He loved all of us. He walked in this building here, in any of the buildings of the companies he owned, and whether you were the person whose job was to work on equipment, whether your job was to be on air, whether your job was to, run the station, the president of the station and whatnot, general manager, he treated everyone the same, and he knew everything about you. He obviously knew our names. He knew my husband's name. He knew my children. He knew what was going on in my life, and that's just amazing.
Huge.
I don't think too many employees can say that about their bosses.
No.
And I think it's because he's a man of God.
Yeah.
So a big part of Tom Draper's legacy includes his philanthropy, and that is why the WBOC Bless Our Children program is so strong. And as part of the Sherwood Automotive Rising Tide campaign, we've activated Bless Our Children, and of course we're asking for donations. You can go to WBOC.com. You'll see the Rising Tide logo there. Just click on it, and that way you can help the youngest victims of Hurricane Harvey. And of course every single penny goes to children like that one there.
And by the way, thank you so much if you have already donated. Well, look at this number. Isn't this an absolutely incredible? Over $14,000 already. And we want to say thank you to Linda Hopkins of Ocean City for your wonderful donation. And a note here, this is actually from Joyce Macklin, I believe it. It's not directly from Joyce. Her note says, please accept this $2,000 donation from the Lincoln Cornerstone Church to help the children affected by Hurricane Harvey. Thank you
wonderful.
so much.
Also, Rick and Mary Shahady of Millsboro. And then just a note, this one coming for the children of Houston. This is from Elaine Masterson of Ocean View. Thank you so very much for your donations. And, you know, we talk about, you know, Mr. Draper and his philanthropy. We know of a lot of his giving, but apparently we don't always hear about the giving that he did.
Yeah.
He gave to a lot of organizations, a lot of children, but he did it quietly.
The left hand didn't know what the right hand was doing.
Yeah.
Amazing man.
So wonderful legacy. And thank you to everyone who has reached out to us as a WBOC family and sent us your love and your well wishes, and we really appreciate it.
And so does his blood family,
Yeah.
if you want to say it that way. So thank you for continuing your prayers and thoughts for them. It's a tough day.
It is a tough day. A lot of tears were shed today, very quiet. But one thing we do know for sure is Tom Draper loved life.
Mm-hmm.
He embraced life. And we want to show you a video from the 2015 Christmas party that proves our point. Take a look at this.
I think he's really excited about his decision.
His decision happened to be this was the year he was retiring.
Yeah,
From
this
full
was right
involvement.
before his semi-retirement. And I mean, that is who he was. And I honestly I can't imagine a Christmas party without
Yeah.
Mr. Draper there.
But that's the image.
That is the image. That is the image we want to leave you with of this wonderful man. Delmarva Life will be back in a moment. Stay with us.